The last TV series that I can remember that promoted the beauty of a large family was the Waltons and the Partridge Family in the 70s when I grew up. I can't remember any movie, at least the last 20 years, where the family was portrayed as something wonderful to strive for. Today, it looks like only homosexuals want to get married. Heterosexuals, they live together, but they don't get married and they don't have any children. Where does this all lead us? What happened? The economic frame is such that men and women have to work to have a standard of living, and therefore there's no time for children. The pet industry has grown immensely over the past 40 years, because of course it is easier to raise animals than children, and it's less trouble too. But where does this will lead us? How long will we be able to import the workforce from the global south? How long before the global south will protest the fact that we import their people for our labor needs? And still, the demographic development of Europe comes as no surprise. We have known for decades that due to our low reproduction rates, a labor shortage awaits us. And yet, our leaders kept financing the killing of our own offspring. What sense does this make? Why? Is there some kind of racism? Are we not supposed to reproduce? Hungary has shown that it is possible to turn around and to raise the reproduction rates significantly. The government helps young couples financially, and people in Hungary get also social recognition for having children. In Hungary, it is not impossible to rent an apartment when you have more than 2 children. In Germany, it is. Why is self-destruction still a human right in the West? I'm asking again. Is there some kind of racism involved? Are we not supposed to reproduce? What kind of ideology feeds this kind of politics? I believe it is nothing less than nihilism. Because ultimately, nihilists believe that man's sole purpose on earth is his own self-distinction. Nietzsche, Feuerbach, Jean-Paul Sartre, and many other thinkers are a living proof. They have written about it. You can all read it. They are nihilists, and they believe self-extinction is human's purpose on earth. The socialist fathers who fed those ideas from the French Revolution onwards, Marx and Engels, down to their followers today, never had man's interest at heart. It was only power and nihilistic, totalitarian abuse that was and is their motivation. It was Ludwig Erhard, a Christian Democrat, when Christian Democrat had still Christian principles at heart. He invented the soziale Marktwirtschaft after World War II, a liberal economic that gave responsible, that rules and regulation, fewer regulation made it possible to pay for social security and be profitable at the same time. Less government, responsible entrepreneurship, and responsible pay for the workers. This was the recipe that made Germany into an industrial power after World War II. We are a million miles away from this system today. We have more rules and regulations than ever before. And these rules and regulations make it impossible for independent entrepreneurs to get started. It almost looks like the government has no interest in entrepreneurs. It looks like the government has only interest to disperse our savings to those people who come first, ideally to those who spread chaos and disorder. Where is this all going to lead us? Is San Francisco the leading example? Are we hostages of a culture of death? A sinking ship of no return? The US opioid crisis could surely be an indicator of where this will eventually lead. A world in which all hope is lost, and the only way forward is collective suicide. The depopulation agents certainly like that. The sudden rise of conflicts all over war, civil war, unknown diseases, unrest, hate, wherever we look. Is there a way we can free ourselves from this gruesome incarceration we have all been led to? Yes, it is possible. The only way out of this disaster is to call God and ask for His help. The monotheistic religions have to survive this ocean of nihilistic atheism. Whoever pays for our Muslim brothers to turn against us must be called out. The three monotheistic religions have lived together in the past. Why not today? We have to follow and expose those who finance the abuse of religion, to finance the killing and the persecution of the truly religious people. If the power of evil is growing, it is because we have all lost faith in God, the Creator. Only by praying to God, we can defeat evil. And evil's ugly face has never been more visible. Let's fight it. Let's fight it with prayer, the only powerful tool we have, our secret weapon. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much to the whole panel.